we're interested in what's best for our students, and what's best for our students are having the very best teachers with them. And so we're interested in doing what's right for teachers.
So the open negotiations piece seems like it was critical to your success so far in Douglas County. How important was it to your success? I mean, did you get a lot of feedback from parents? I mean, was the media paying more attention because this was in a public forum?
Well, I think one of the things that I found very frustrating as a superintendent previous to this was that, during the negotiations process, I wasn't supposed to talk directly with my teachers about what they wanted, what I could do, what I wanted to put on the table. That's negotiating away from the table in some states. So that's a frustrating moment to be in because, we're working for our teachers. That's why we put the package together we have. And we have many, many talented, amazing teachers in Douglas County, so it only makes sense to tell them what we can do, explain it to them, and get their feedback. And what happened with the negotiations process becoming open is that we did have the opportunity. I could write an email directly to my teachers and say, here are the things we're putting on the table. This is why we're putting them on the table this way. Here's the evidence behind these numbers, these ideas. And I think that created a lot more openness and an interest and trust in the whole process and for everyone. And so media, parents, anyone who was interested could listen to the tapes, they could look at the package. It was just all out there. So there was no more, sort of behind this cover of darkness thing where everybody just speculates and it's the game of telephone about what really happened. It was just all right out there. So I think it was an important piece of the process of us working directly with our teachers and taking the position that we didn't necessarily need somebody between us because we wanted to sit down with our teachers and work directly with them.
So is it fair to say that relations with the union leadership is not at its best?
I would say that's really accurate. It's really been challenging because obviously they have their job to do, and we're interested in what's best for our students, and what's best for our students are having the very best teachers with them. And so we're interested in doing what's right for teachers. And so we have our job to do, they have their job to do, and it's been challenging because they have not liked or approved of our approach.
So, maybe a chillier relationship with the unions than ideal, but what about with the individual teachers? What's the feedback from the teachers?
Well, it's mixed. I mean, there are some teachers that it's very important to them to have a collective bargaining agreement. That's something that's near and dear to their heart, and I understand that. But on the other side are teachers who sort of like, this curtain has been lifted and they see the world differently now, and they're very happy and satisfied in the district. And we actually had a survey done in 2011, so that was prior to the expiration of the collective bargaining agreement.
Sure.
And 49% of our teachers participated. And so in 2013, which was a year after the collective bargaining agreement expired, we did it again. And this time we really encouraged teachers to participate. And we had 71% of our teachers participate. And there are roughly 100 questions. It's done by the state, so it's not done by the district. It's really a third-party administered survey. And in that survey, of the 100 questions, 67% of the questions improved. Our teachers were happier than they were 2 years ago, meaning that 3% or more higher response in the positive. And on 30% of the questions, they were the same. They were not less happy or more happy, they were the same, which meant only 3% of the questions did teachers show less satisfaction with the district. I thought that was huge. We expected an implementation dip. We were implementing all new teacher evaluations. We were putting in pay for performance, market pay. We were doing all of these things best for our students, and so we fully expected there to be an implementation dip in our survey data, and there really just wasn't.
So let me get this straight. More students, less funding, and yet teachers, most teachers, are still happy. We'll find out how you did that next.